In this video, I'll explain how to uncover hidden international assets from a debtor under Florida law. By the end of this video, you will learn the specific legal tools Florida gives you to pierce through offshore secrecy. You'll discover the court powers that can force disclosure, and you'll understand the strategic sequence that actually works. I'm Santiago Cueto, board-certified international business law expert and best-selling author based right here in Miami, Florida. I've spent years helping creditors recover assets that debtors thought were untouchable. Let me show you how the system really works. All right, let's imagine you just won a $5 million judgment, but the debtor claims they're broke. Meanwhile, you suspect they've hidden assets overseas. Bank accounts in the Caymans, property in Panama, investments in Dubai. How do you find what they're really hiding? All right, here's what typically happens. You sue someone, you win, the court awards you damages. But winning the lawsuit is just round one. Collecting the money is round two. And that's where most creditors hit a wall. The debtor suddenly has nothing, no bank accounts, no property, no visible assets. But you know they have money somewhere. You've seen their lifestyle, the expensive cars, the luxury vacations, the social media posts from exotic locations. Something just doesn't add up. This is where international assets come into play. Sophisticated debtors move money offshore. They create foreign entities. They buy real estate in other countries. They open bank accounts where U.S. courts supposedly can't reach. They think they're judgment proof. But Florida law provides powerful weapons. You just need to know how to use them. The key is understanding that Florida has some of the strongest creditor protection laws in the entire country. The legislature designed these tools specifically for situations like yours. Now, Florida law is your foundation. The law allows supplementary proceedings. Think of it as a post-judgment investigation. The court essentially becomes your investigative partner. You're not limited to what the debtor volunteers. You can force disclosure. The debtor must appear in court. They must answer questions under oath, and they must produce documents. Failure to comply can result in contempt, and that means jail time, real jail time. Suddenly, hiding assets becomes much less attractive. But here's where it gets interesting. Florida's discovery rules in supplementary proceedings are broad, very broad. You can ask about any asset anywhere in the world. The debtor can't refuse to answer just because the assets are overseas. The obligation to disclose is complete. Florida also recognizes what are called charging orders. This tool applies to the debtor's ownership interest in LLCs and even partnerships. Even if those entities are foreign, the charging order redirects distributions to you instead of the debtor. The debtor keeps the headaches of ownership. You get the money. Another powerful tool is the turnover order. Florida law allows the court to order the debtor to turn over the property. This includes intangible property, stock certificates, partnership interests, rights to receive payment, even if these assets are nominally held overseas. The court can also appoint a receiver. This is a neutral third party with court authority. The receiver takes control of the debtor's assets. They liquidate them and they distribute the proceeds to creditors. And receivers can pursue assets internationally if necessary. These tools are incredibly powerful when used correctly. Now, if you're finding this valuable, hit that like button right now and subscribe to stay updated on more strategies that protect your business interests. All right, now let's talk about actually finding these hidden assets. You need evidence before you can seize anything. Florida law gives you several discovery mechanisms. Depositions are your first weapon. You depose the debtor under oath. You ask pointed questions. Where do you bank? What entities do you own? And what real property do you possess? Have you transferred assets in the last 4 years? The debtor must answer truthfully or face perjury charges. You can also depose third parties, the debtor's spouse, business partners, accountants, attorneys in some circumstances, anyone with knowledge of the debtor's financial affairs. These witnesses often reveal what the debtor tries to hide. Subpoenas are equally critical. You can subpoena bank records, tax returns, corporate documents, email communications, and phone records showing international calls to offshore banks. The paper trail usually leads somewhere. Florida also allows requests for production. You can demand the debtor produce copies of all financial statements, all entity formation documents, and all property deeds, all account statements. I mean, everything. The burden is on them to comply. And don't overlook social media. This is a huge one nowadays. Courts have repeatedly held that social media posts are in fact discoverable. That Instagram photo from Saint-Tropez, the Facebook check-in at a Zurich bank, the LinkedIn profile showing board membership in a Cayman corporation, all admissible evidence. Forensic accountants become invaluable here. They trace money flows, they identify shell companies, they spot fraudulent transfers, and they reconstruct the financial picture the debtor is trying to obscure. Their expert testimony carries weight in court. Now here's where strategy matters. International asset recovery involves layers. You're dealing with multiple jurisdictions, different legal systems, foreign privacy laws, treaties, and conventions. The Hague Convention on Service Abroad applies. You must properly serve foreign defendants and witnesses. Improper service can invalidate everything. So follow the rules precisely. Many countries have mutual legal assistance treaties with the United States. These treaties facilitate information exchange. They allow enforcement of U.S. judgments, and they provide mechanisms for asset seizure. Know which treaties apply to your debtor's jurisdiction. Some jurisdictions are more cooperative than others. England, for instance, enforces Florida judgments relatively easy. The Cayman Islands have established procedures, and Switzerland has rigid but easy to navigate rules. But some countries are deliberately non-cooperative. They build industries around hiding assets. This is where you need to get creative. You can't always attack the foreign asset directly, but you can attack the debtor's control over it. Remember, the debtor is in Florida. The Florida court has personal jurisdiction over them. The court can order the debtor to do things like sign documents transferring foreign property, like instruct foreign banks to wire funds. Refusal is contempt. And fraudulent transfer laws extend internationally. If the debtor moved assets offshore to avoid your judgment, that transfer can be reversed or clawed back. Florida's Uniform Avoidable Transaction Act applies here. You can undo transfers made within 4 years. The assets come back into reach. So what's your action plan? Well, first, immediately record your judgment. This creates a lien. It puts the world on notice. It prevents new buyers from claiming innocence. Second, file supplementary proceedings immediately. Don't delay. These assets, they disappear quickly. Every day matters. Third, you want to cast a wide net in discovery. Ask about everything: foreign bank accounts, offshore trusts, international business entities, real property anywhere in the world, digital assets, cryptocurrency, intellectual property rights. You get the picture. Fourth, look for badges of fraud, assets transferred to family members, sales below market value, transactions right before or after your lawsuit, hidden ownership through nominees. These indicate fraudulent transfers. And fifth, be persistent. International asset recovery, it takes time, months and sometimes years, but the investment pays off. Debtors give up when they realize you won't quit. They settle, they disclose, and they pay. Recovering hidden international assets isn't easy, but it's absolutely possible under Florida law. You have powerful tools. You need to use them systematically. You need patience, and you need expertise. Don't let sophisticated debtors hide behind borders. The law reaches farther than they think. Now, if this video helped you understand your options, like and subscribe for more insider strategies on international business law. I'm Santiago Cueto, your Florida business attorney. Be sure to watch more of my videos right here.